As big tech earnings test this record-breaking rally, my next guest says the market is priced in perfection and investors want to see real returns on AI spending. Let's bring in the retirement income source partner, Jeffrey Small. Jeffrey, it's great to see you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Let's talk about this because Microsoft, Meta, Alphabet, Amazon, Apple have committed to pouring in, and this number still staggers me, $630 billion plus into AI infrastructure for the year. A lot of question marks about this. What do you make of their earnings in the pivot from promise to payoff? Because it's about the ROI, and at some point, if these companies don't deliver, they're going to get punished.
Well, it's not hype anymore. You're right. It's all about revenue. And so what we're really witnessing now is a turning point as the tech giants have been laying groundwork by investing hundreds of billions of dollars in AI infrastructure. Now with earnings beginning to roll in, and some of which have already rolled in, we're starting to see who's turning that spending into actual results. And Microsoft and Amazon are already showing clear AI-driven revenue streams. Alphabet's accelerating cloud growth. Meanwhile, Meta and Apple have more to prove on how AI will boost their bottom lines. The market's rewarding those and showing real ROI on AI, and from here on out, cash flow speaks louder than ambition.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, the numbers have to add up. That's just a very simplistic way to describe this. So you note that each of their results played a specific role in the AI story. Guidance remains a central focus. So what are the roles, and does big tech remain a growth story fueled by the AI story, or is there something else there?
Well, there's nothing really there. We're still in early innings here, Cheryl. And so AI is absolutely the growth engine here. Each of these companies plays a unique role. Microsoft has a ginormous enterprise AI platform. Amazon, their AWS powers the infrastructure. Alphabet monetizes AI across ads and clouds. Meta's building AI-driven social experiences, and Apple's leveraging AI for its ecosystem. After these results, AI isn't just a buzzword, it's driving tangible revenue and future guidance. In short, big tech remains a growth story, now fueled by turning into real returns.
Yeah, well, certainly, again, you have to mention the fact that Meta, and again, it's because of the spend, the story on Meta, and there's big questions about the glasses and Zuckerberg's plan there, but 8% of the downside. Nvidia, I know you like Nvidia. Let's talk about this, because you argue that tech can move higher, but it's now less about the story, it's more about how they execute that story. I'll point back to Meta with that one. But you like Nvidia, Google, and Amazon. These are names that you're buying into right now.
I really am. Those are the three stars of the Mag 7, and the Mag 7 is more about which ones not to own and which ones to own. And those are going to be the new generals. As long as those three do well, the market has the ability to move higher at these very high valuations. And so those are stocks that you definitely want to have in your portfolio. Those are my favorites of the Mag 7, actually.
What about Nvidia and the chip story in particular with China? Does that worry you at all?
It does a little bit, but chips are flowing, and the United States government is taking a piece of that, as we know, already in place. But, as far as what's going to happen with China and everything else, it kind of remains to be seen. We're not sure yet.
Yeah, Jensen Huang's been very clear what he sees the future and what it looks like. Unfortunately, many officials in the administration disagree with that, but he certainly has been, let's say, just quote unquote, working the phones, if you will. Let's talk about some other names that you like. So you've got three names that offer a balanced portfolio, scale, monetization, and growth. So Microsoft is on here, ServiceNow, which I think is interesting, and then Palantir. That gives you exposure to the three most important ways that you do turn AI into a revenue story.
Well, you're exactly right. These three give us the most important part of AI right now in the software space. So if we're looking for software stocks, these are the three that everybody should own. AI is actually turning into revenue with these three. Microsoft is the foundation as it monetizes its scale through Azure and Copilot across a massive enterprise base. ServiceNow is where AI drives real efficiency, embedding automation directly in enterprise workflows and delivering clear ROI that customers will keep paying for. And of course, Palantir is a deployment platform that's expanding in the commercial and government space as it builds its AI moat. And so those are stocks that you definitely want to own going forward.
Beyond tech, is there any other investment themes that you've got going right now? Where else are you putting your money besides tech?
Energy, industrials, small caps, and materials are all good plays here for 2026 as the market continues to play a very bullish theme for the remainder of the year because earnings are expanding across the board, the broader market that is. And so we're not a Mag 7 story anymore, Cheryl. We're a broader market story.
I agree with you, and you look at the S&P right there. S&P 500 hitting an intraday high today. A strong performance for the month. Today is the last trading day of the month. So I agree with you here that Mag 7 is a story, not the story. And I like the energy story that you're mentioning there in that sector as well. There's a lot to watch, in particular with global markets and the Strait, et cetera, Jeffrey. So it's really great to have you on the show, and we will definitely see you soon.
Thank you.